Let me back this up a minute. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths or be posted on your Facebook but only what's helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. And do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God, with whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other as God in Christ has forgiven you. Part of living a life worthy of the calling we've received is to represent Jesus well in how we talk in public and how we debate about the things that we are divided on, or that we are, or the diversities that we have. We don't all have to think alike, and we don't have to be silent and never say anything, but we need to say what's helpful for building other people up and not say things that are slanderous and accusatory and tearing people down. And there's a lot of it. And you know, political figures and celebrities aren't fair game just because, you know, gossip is still gossip, whether you're talking about somebody that's a public figure or they're talking about somebody that's a private person. You know? I mean, they signed up for it, so they get it, and they'll get it from the rest of the world. But please, as the church, we have a higher calling. Our calling is way higher. Amen. It's just higher. And we need to be the people that represent Jesus in what we say and how we act, and we need to say things that build people up and that call people to a higher standard, not by shaming them, but by calling them to be what God's called them to. And I think it's one area that we can really put this into practice in an immediate way in our lives, especially in a very divided season. I've had to, you know, I had to basically make a decision that I was going to stop sharing articles and posting different things about anything that wasn't positive, because there's so much negative. Like, and there are some things that you need to be, there's some things you should be against. And it's okay, but how we do it, you can do it in a positive way that builds people up, or you can do it in a negative way that tears people down. You can do it in a positive way that pulls people up to be what God's called them to, or a negative way that is slanderous and divides. And I had to just make a decision, and there's so many things I see that I go, oh yes, but I can't even like it or forward it, because I'm like, I don't want to add to the noise. I don't want to be part of the problem. I want to only say what's helpful for building other people up according to the needs of the moment. And this verse was pretty impactful for me when I was in high school. My youth pastor he must have gone through the book of Ephesians, because I kept remembering all these things that he said. But we had this little inside joke with the youth group, where anytime somebody said something negative about somebody else, or cut somebody down, or said words that were unwholesome, you know, we said E4 for Ephesians 4. Like, it was just kind of like this inside, like, little, hey, E4, so that we could keep, you know, help each other remember, oh yeah. And it actually really changed the culture in our youth group, because we stopped talking down about people and bad about each other. But it's like, what if we just E4? Ephesians 4, if we just live a life worthy of the calling that we've received, and we only let wholesome words that are building other people up come out of our mouths. All right, so the last thing that I want to say is this, and